Aquarius, welcome to March 2018. This is so weird because as soon as I tapped into the Aquarius energy, my eyes just started burning and watering. So I hope things are going well for you guys. I know February, might not have been the best month for anyone, just because of the February energy. But I hope you guys had a good birthday. We got a lot going on in the sky, and I am trying to put as much positivity, optimism, and love into this reading. If the teary eyes resonated for you. So let's see what's going on. First off the bat, we have a full moon in Virgo. And the full moon in Virgo is absolutely going to be affecting everybody, especially the Aquariuses. This full moon in Virgo is all about, the day-to-day stuff, your job, your work, your coworkers, your diet, your exercise, just your daily routine, and this is now the time where things are going to be brought up about your daily routine. A lot of criticism and a lot of attitude when it comes to perfectionism in this daily routine, where you're going to feel like you need to defend yourself, okay? And March 6th is going to bring that defensive energy in, because that's where Mercury and Venus enter Aries, and Aries is the planet of war, right? Aries is the sign of war and the sign of kind of leadership and independence. So when somebody is impeding on your sense of independence and leadership, you're going to have something to say about it. You're going to have something to say about it, and you're going to enjoy doing it. You're like, you know what? No. So March 8th, we have Jupiter retrograde, and this is the card that popped out for you guys so far, and that's your manifestation card. That's the power that you're putting out there. So as above, so is below. So you really want to be watching what you're thinking, and what you're saying, because the power of words is incredible, especially for an Aquarius. You guys are so forward thinking, and a lot of the times it is hard to kind of manifest a positive experience in your life because you're so forward thinking. And there's also this fear and worry of being left out in the cold, because Aquariuses are also natural loners, and they definitely they need friends. They're friends with the world. They're the world's friend. And a lot of the times because of that, it's very isolating. It's very lonely. I was just watching, I'm a moon in Aquarius. I think I told you guys this before. But I was watching Jumanji. Oh my god, it was such a good movie. Such a good movie. Anyways, so the teacher is like, okay, everybody pair up. And I just clamped up, and I felt like I was going to cry, because I remember being in high school and that awkwardness of everybody partner up and me just being like, okay, I'm friends with all these people, but they all have their one. They all have their one buddy, and I never had that one buddy. You know what I mean? Not until after I had graduated high school. So, and it's funny because my one buddy was an Aquarius, and we would just skip school together. Like, we're just like, screw the system. Like, who needs this? But the Aquarius, it's everybody's friend, but then also very loner type, very individualized as well. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Jupiter retrograde on March 8th is going to internalize a lot of optimism and a lot of expansion. And then we have a new moon in Pisces on March 17th, and that is going to allow us to really create something beautiful, really to get in touch with our intuition, our inspiration, but it's also going to make a lot of people really emotional and really sensitive, and you're going to kind of see a lot of like victim mentality coming out. A lot of people acting like the victim, and it's like, really though? Really? And as an Aquarius, especially with Mercury and Aries, you're not going to be able to just sit there and stand it. You're like, actually stop. Like, could you? Thanks. And then we have Mercury retrograde on March 22nd, and that affects everybody. And that Mercury retrograde, this is a card that tried to pop out. So Mercury retrograde, you're going to see some opportunities coming in around March 22nd. However, it might be hard to get that message across because of Mercury retrograde. So check your junk mail, check your spam. If you're trying to send messages and you haven't heard anything back, check your outbox and make sure that it actually was sent. Because the full moon in Libra on March 31st is going to be bringing up a lot of issues surrounding relationships, surrounding partnerships, agreements, legal agreements. Don't be signing anything until Mercury goes direct, until at least after April 15th, okay? Don't be signing anything. If you've been offered a job, if you've been, you want to buy a new car, you want to even just buy a computer or laptop, please, I urge you to wait until after Mercury goes direct, or consult with somebody who has Mercury retrograde in their chart and can give you some sound advice. This person is a King of Wands, very classy. This person is definitely classy, doesn't have as many emotions as you do because they just allow their emotions to come across. I'm also seeing a duck, so either somebody who is a duck hunter, or you've played the game Duck Hunt with, or, maybe their voice sounds kind of squeaky like a duck, or there's something about this person that, reminds you of a duck in some way. Could just be beak, like a orange beak, or maybe they just have like a big nose. But this person is here as well. This person is also affecting your opportunities and all these opportunities that are coming in for you, but also that fear, that worry of change and manifestation. So doing a little bit of a juggle, but new money is coming in, okay? New money is definitely coming in. New power. Okay. So the theme of this reading, Aquarius, for March 2018, is moving on from something, but being confused as to what that even is. What do I have? You have to move on from something where you're like, what is it? What do I have to let go of? Where do I need to where do I have to move on? And this card will give you a lot of answers. So the cup that you're most attracted to will give you the answers as to where you need to move on. Where you're putting too much focus, you need to release and let go. So the first cup, this one, is your reputation, how you're being seen, your face, the mask you're putting on for the world. This one is just a general confusion. This is just like, I gotta analyze my entire life. This is confusion over, this snake here is confusion over your transformation, especially dramatic changes, sudden changes, any changes that came into your life, and just feeling confused over what you have to move on from when it comes to those changes. This cup down here is your structure, your home, your building, your foundation. So where do you have to move on when it comes to your ancestry, your parents, your foundation, your home life? Where do you have to let go? This card is your finances and your riches. What belief system do you have to let go of when it comes to your finances? This is your integrity. What beliefs do you have to let go of when it comes to doing the right thing? And what is integrity to you? And, I'm also seeing a skull in the cup as well. Not just integrity, but also your transformations and your death and your aspirations through endings and through moving on. And then the last card is a dragon. So kind of your speech and your coldness and your hard exterior and your fear, where it's funny because a lot of the times, people with dragons, if they were to see a dragon in real life, they'd be terrified of it. But dragons, if you believe in mythology, a lot of the times dragons were our friends. Dragons were somebody that we like animals, like pets, we kind of had them as a friend. So it only seemed that through illusion and through perspectives and through lack of knowledge that a dragon is considered this horrible creature, this horrible beast, but it was actually a friendly thing. So changing our belief systems around our fears and what we think we should be afraid of, and realizing that it's actually not a scary thing at all, and it's actually something that can bless us and help us in our life. And once you can move on from that and get clear over what you're confused about, you can manifest something positive in your life, something very emotionally new, and realize the investments that you've made so far are growing, and start to bring in some new messages, start to bring in some new awareness, because new messages are really trying to get in, and the more you give, the more those messages are going to come in, and the more you can make some positive changes in your life and not hold yourself back, okay? So right now you're feeling a little powerless, feeling like, where am I going? Just want to kind of stay right here and not really move, not really take charge, just because you don't know where you're going, just because you can't see where you're going. There's no face on your output, okay? There's no eyes to see. There's no sense whatsoever. There's no nose to smell. You can't taste it. You can't see it, you can't hear it, you just have no idea how to ram forward, how to charge forward, because there's no sense there at all. And it really is based on your thought process and what you're thinking about and who/what is taking up your thoughts so much, because subconsciously you're really uncomfortable. Like, you're sleeping, you're dreaming, it's just, there's an uncomfortable there, and it's nothing more than just what you're thinking about. You're telling yourself that you can't sleep, or that you're uncomfortable, or that, you know, this isn't right, or, you know, you can't close your eyes, or there's fear there. It's really just what you're telling yourself, because right now thoughts are pretty negative when it comes to this situation of feeling powerless, okay? This is totally resonating for me because, as you guys know, I am pregnant for the first time, and for so long you watch movies and it tells you how pregnancy is going to be. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, and then this, and then, oh, and then your feet are going to swell, and blah, blah, blah. So I've convinced myself that I'm not going to have a good sleep, you know? I'm definitely not going to have a good sleep. I'm got too big of a belly, I'm 6 months pregnant, and I'm not going to be able to sleep well. And I feel powerless to it. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I got 3 more months, like, there's no control whatsoever, like, there's no turning back, and this is just how it's going to be for the next 3 months. But it really just is how I'm considering it, because when I finally fall asleep, I sleep literally like an angel, and I wake up feeling refreshed. But it's always when I'm about to go to sleep, I tell myself, and I'll even say to my husband, oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, it's like that natural thing, you know, I'm pregnant and I'm uncomfortable. That's just how it has to be. Like, so whatever it is that you're feeling powerless about in your life, recognize that it really just is a belief system that has been implanted into your brain and telling you how to feel, okay, and what to do. Because at the end of the day, everything really is great and everything really is fine. So to find the fault, to find the flaw in something so beautiful, that's something else that I realized last night. I'm like, I'm not going to complain about my pregnancy ever again, because hello, there are people that, you know, IVF that struggled to get pregnant, and I've even spoken to clients who are trying to get pregnant, so how dare I even complain about my swollen feet? Like, it is such a blessing. And taking that understanding and being like, where do I feel powerless? Where am I putting negative blocks up in my life? And how can I look at somebody else who would kill to have the problems that you have? Because there is somebody, 100%. 100%. I was just watching Eat, Pray, Love, and at the beginning she was talking about a psychiatrist who had to talk to a bunch of refugees, and she's like, how am I going to connect with these girls? What am I supposed to say to them? Like, they've been through hell, and here I am. And all of the girls that came in, all the refugees that came in, they were talking about, you know, the crush that they had. And this guy likes me, but now they like my cousin, and blah, blah, blah. Realizing that, yeah, your problems really aren't that bad, and if you don't focus on those problems, and if you find something else to replace those issues, you'll be a lot happier. Okay, because you right now, you really are radiant. You really are radiant. And to have negative thoughts is just impeding on your radiance. You can be happy. You can be happy. You really can. You don't have to have negative thoughts. And I think there might be somebody in your life that is kind of, in a way, telling you that you need to be negative, or there's some guilt or shame over being happy and realizing that you've created a very positive experience, and that kind of guilt or shame over this person is, you know, the reason why you feel like you need to kind of manifest out negative thoughts, okay? At the end of the day, though, family and friends are really positive, and they are happy for you. So, Aquarius, it's time to just drop the negativity, because it's just not serving anybody, and it's an easy drop. It's a definite easy drop, because it's not burrowed into your subconscious. It's all on the conscious level. It's just saying, whenever you have a negative thought, being like, no, canceling it out and doing what you need to do, okay? Hope and fear is making sure that everything is balanced. So you want everything to be fair and balanced, but you also fear it. And that's what I think I'm talking about. That's what I think I'm talking about when it comes to that negativity, where you know that you are positive and you have a lot to be grateful for, and you're really optimistic on the inside, but feeling some sort of pressure to be negative, which is so weird, eh? Because a lot of the times we live in a society where you feel like the pressure to be positive. But it is true that, you know, especially I find that when I used to work, if I were to go and spread good news, you know, you kind of have people like, oh, really, Becky? But then if you're going to go and talk about something negative, what your husband did, they perk up. They're like, oh, really? What did he do? But when I'm like, oh, my husband's the greatest, he just bought me flowers, they're just like, really? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like we feel like we have to, in order to fit in, focus on a negative aspect, when right now you guys are so positive and so radiant that it's just something, it's a doctrine that you guys should just release right now. You don't have to complain about your situation. You know, people are still going to be able to resonate with you. The final card, Aquarius, for your March 2018 is birthing something, and I'm getting really worried now because I'm a Libra, Capricorn rising and moon in Aquarius, and Capricorn, Libra, and Aquarius all talk about birthing something, and if I gave birth this month, I'd be very premature. So I hope that this is birthing a project, birthing, you know, a new side of yourself, birthing creativity, birthing optimism, birthing something beautiful, birthing new money, new job, new experience. And the first step is to recognize that it's been pretty negative right now in your thought process, and that's creating a lot of judgment. That is creating a lot of judgment. So the good thing is that you have the guidance now to change this around in order to birth something positive instead of birthing something from a place of judgmentalness, especially within a relationship or with other people, you know, and kind of feeling like you need to cleanse yourself from this judgment, okay? So what do Aquariuses need to know for March 2018? Let's have a card pop out. Okay, this card. Love yourself. Love yourself. She kind of looks like me, but with straight hair. She's Tyra. So love yourself, you know, just embrace who you are. I think for a long time it's been very, like, this person seems tired. They seem very tired of always having to appease and to fit in. Aquariuses are very alien-like, and I feel like they come onto our planet as a way to kind of show us all what to do, and that threatens a lot of people because they're like, no, this is how you do it. And Aquarius is like, actually, there's another way. And the best way to embody those other ways and to show other people how to embody the other ways is to love yourself first, okay? Love you, Aquariuses. Right now, I am offering free photo readings. I'm really excited about them. So send me your photos of the people who are making you feel powerless. Send me the people who, with photos of yourself. I'm doing an intuitive read, and I'm being completely honest and truthful about them, so don't take offense. Like, I know it's a year of sensitivity, but it's definitely going to be fun, especially if you're wondering about where your confusion is and where you need to move on from. That is something I'll definitely outline in your photo reading. So send me an email. My email address is below, and as always, if you want a personal reading, I include astrology and numerology in all of my readings. So astrology tells you a little bit about your personality and who you are, that you already know, but I'm just going to be a stranger who kind of verifies that for you and allows you to live your life with more conviction and purpose, because a stranger told you that how you feel is correct and who you're supposed to be. And then we have numerology, which talks all about your life path and your purpose and what to expect this year in general, and especially this month. So, love you, Aquariuses, so much. I will talk to you guys in April, and I hope you have an amazing March. Bye, guys.